भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्य गौर प्रेमानंद। हरि हरि बोल। Okay, so till last session we discussed that Ravana was killed. Just a moment. Yeah. So in the last session we discussed that Ravana was killed by Ramachandra, and we discussed in detail how even Ravana was defeated multiple times by Rama before he finally killed Ravana. So now after that the funeral rites were performed by Vibhishana. Then Vibhishana was installed as coronated as the king. So after that Ramachandra, he called Hanuman and said, now you go to Sita Mai and tell her that Ravana is killed. And you tell her that Rama is waiting outside, and just you observe her response, and you come back and tell me how Sita Mai is responding. So Hanuman, he went to Ashokavana, and she was in a meditative posture. She was praying, Supreme Lord. Then Hanuman, he came there. He said, my dear mother, you don't have to worry so much from now on, because Ravana is killed and Rama is waiting for you. So Sita Mai became very happy, and she was in joyous mood. And she said, Hanuman, you have given me the best news of my life. Such a good news. And she's saying, I don't have anything in my hands like to give you. There cannot be any better news than this in this entire creation for me. And I don't see any appropriate thing here which pleases you to return in, to give as a return gift, to offer you. And she said, neither silver nor gold, not even diamonds, nor any opulences in the three worlds can be worthy of this message. So there is nothing that can be equivalent of this message. Then Hanuman said for the last time, Hanuman said that last time, my dear mother, when I came here, these demon guards were torturing you. You give me the order, I'll kill all these demons. Then Sita Mai said, don't do anything. They are just following the orders of their kings. So previously it was Ravana. Now they will listen to Vibhishana. So they were doing their duties. And then she gave an example of a bear, lion, and a human story. So she said that formerly there was a tiger which was running in pursuit of a hunter. So the hunter climbed up a tree, and there was already a bear on the top of the tree. And then what happened? The tiger was below, the bear was on one of the bigger branches on the top, and the hunter was in between. So the tiger said to the bear, you see, look here, both of us are, we are the living entities of the forest, and the hunter is our common enemy. So what you do, you knock him down from here, from this tree. And like that we will kill, and then we will share the meat, the flesh. The bear, however, replied, said that, like, see, this hunter has reached my abode, and he's here in a way like, sorting an asylum. So I'm not going to push him down. I would be deviating from my duty if I do so. So saying like that, the bear, he just nicely took it was taking rest on a branch, and then it went into sleep. Now the tiger turned towards the hunter and said, you see, you push the bear down. If you do that, I will protect you. Okay, I will give you all the protection. So then hunter listened to the tiger, and it pushed the sleeping bear. But the bear was very, when it was falling down, and those are all animals, they can catch on to some other stem or a trunk, and then it can hold itself. So the bear clutched onto another stem and escaped from the falling down. So now the tiger addressed the bear. See, the hunter was, although you wanted to give the shelter to the hunter, but the hunter, he tried to push you down. So what you go and you push him. But the bear refused to push him down, and it repeated the same quote, that once it has reached my tree, I'm not going to push him. It has taken my asylum or the shelter under me, under this abode. So a normal animal has tried to be on its dharma. So Sita Mai said, I will not leave my duty. They have all surrendered to me now, because after Ravana is killed, now they know that Rama is victorious. Now these all demon Rakshasis, demonesses, they were very afraid, and they trembled, and they all, they bow down to Sita Mai. So even if they were trying to cause her any pain, she would be forgiving in nature, because they have said that they have surrendered to me. So then she said, please inform Ramachandra that I want to meet him immediately. Then Hanuman, he told everything to Rama, what all that had happened. So Rama, he became very sorrow immediately. And with tears filled in his eyes, he turned to Vibhishana and said, Vibhishana, you go and ask Sita Mai to refresh herself. Okay, ask her to take bath, wear all nice ornaments and dress, and then all the jewelries, ask her to wear, and then you bring her here. So Vibhishana, then he went to Sita Mai and asked her, my dear mother, please, I'm Vibhishana. He explained, he introduced himself, and then said, please get ready, and so that we can present you to Lord Ramachandra. But she insisted, yes, I understand, I can do all that, but immediately I want to meet him first. Vibhishana said, it is the order of the king. I also don't have the guts to ask Rama. So please take bath, refresh, and be ready. See, a pativrata, the chaste woman, is there without even taking bath, without even refreshing herself. That's enough to kill Ravana. So Sita Mai then understood and she refreshed and she came to Rama. Wherever Rama was sitting there, that place, she came on a pallaki, a palanquin. So then as the palanquin came near to Sita Mai, then the palanquin stopped and she got down from palanquin and she was walking towards Rama. So now you see, for the first time, the entire monkey army and the demon army, they were all seeing who is this lady, because the whole war has happened for this only, right? For this purpose. And they're so anxious to see her. They're very curious. And they were coming closer to her and they were blocking the path. So some of the demon guards of Vibhishana, they were pushing the monkeys aside. And they were trying to hit them with spears to control them. And Ramachandra, he became very, very angry, looking at how they were being treated. He shouted, "Till now, these monkeys have fought this war for this Sita mother, for this Sita Devi. And now when the time has come for them to actually see who is that lady, you were all hitting them. You stop. Immediately you stop." Then, they stopped and then she was coming closer. Then Rama told, "Please ask Sita to come and stand next to me." So Sita Mai came there. She stood next to him. But Ramachandra, he did not even raise his head. So Sugriva and all the people, including Hanuman, they were shaken and they were shivering, including Lakshmana. They're unable to understand what is happening. Why Ramachandra is behaving in such way. Till now, just before that point till Hanuman was, when he returned, till that time, Ramachandra was very joyous. Right after Hanuman came and he told, he became very sad and he's behaving differently. And Sita Mai, she just said, "Aryaputra." I mean, the descendant of the great Aryan. I mean, Ramachandra. And she couldn't say anything because she was remembering all the difficulties that she went through, and she couldn't even speak a word. And she just uttered, "Aryaputra." And she became a very happy, extremely happy and joyous looking at Rama. She has not seen him for almost a year, 10 months, 10 to 11 months. But Ramachandra, he did not raise his head. And see, whatever is happening from now on, okay, just listen as a story, as that has happened. Okay, I will explain in detail after this pastime what is the real in-depth meaning behind those. So now Ramachandra, he didn't raise his head and he said, "I defeated the enemy. My anger is gone along with along with Ravana. When he died, my anger is destroyed. So now I got you released from Ravana and I gave this kingdom to Vibhishana. And my strength has been proved and has been seen by all. And today, whatever work I have done, it has borne fruit." and I have fulfilled my promise. But I'm unable to see you with my eyes, just like someone who is deceased by their eye. It's a very important line. Rama himself is saying, I am unable to see you with my eyes, just like someone who has a cataract in the eye. Someone, when they have a cataract, they cannot see the they don't have a proper sight. So he's telling that because now he's a Maryada Purushottama, and he has come as the king, in a Kshatriya family. So this is material world. Everyone is illusion. They have the four imperfections. So the first one is they have imperfect senses. They can be illusioned. They commit mistakes, and they tend to cheat. These are the four imperfections that every material soul has it in this world. So now on behalf of them, he's saying that as a cataract, that means to see you properly, they don't, like all those people who misunderstand, because Sita Mai was pulled pulled by her hair, and she had the sparsha, touched by Ravana. So the people, whoever have that kind of view that she may not be pure, is like a deceased person. He's saying deceased by their eye. That means they don't have the proper eyes to even look at Sita Mai. So he does not explain all that. And as I said, that you must understand what is the relationship between Sita and Rama. Normally, they both have very less talks when it comes about others. They don't talk much. Just by their eyes, they would understand what Rama is thinking. It happens with very good couples. They don't have to talk much. They will understand when in any situation, some bad situation comes, how the wife will feel. The husband understands, and how the husband is going to respond, the wife will know. So just by their looks, they can exchange, the entire communication will happen. And even in future also, when they communicate, both Sita, Rama, they communicate like this. And Bhagavatam says that Sita Mai's heart is filled with Ramachandra. So Rama is in everyone's heart as a super soul. So Bhagavatam says that they cannot be separated at all. So does he not know? He knows everything. He is super soul. He's a super soul of even Ravana. And that's why he's told to the monkey army that I don't have to cross this entire ocean to kill Ravana. Just I have to get out of Ravana's heart. He will die. And remember, then the monkeys asked, then why are we building all the bridge? Is to basically engage in all of your service. So from Supreme Lord perspective, you see, it is not he knows everything. It's not a big deal for the Supreme Lord. So he's saying, my dear Sita, I'm unable to see you with just like someone who is deceased in their eyes. So that's why I'm permitting you now. You go wherever you like. All the 10 directions are open to you. So he says that which noble man who is born in such illustrious race will he take back a woman who lived in another abode with such an eager mind? So how can I accept again? You were harassed in Ravana's lap. and you've been seen by him with evil looks. But finally, you were won by me with the end, at the end, and the honor has been restored by me. But so he says, for me, there is no intense attachment in you. So you may go wherever you like from here, as per your wish, wherever you feel that you will get protection, you can go there. Why he's saying like this? Wherever you can go, wherever you will get protection. Why? Because when Sita Mai was in the protection of Lord Ramachandra, he was unable to protect himself, Sita Mai there. So he's agreeing, I was supposed to protect you, but I did not. So you can go there, whether to Lakshmana, whether under shelter of Bharata or Sugriva or Bhishana, as per your comfort, you go. Then Sita Mai doesn't keep quiet. Imagine all this is happening in front of the entire army of both monkey army and Vanara, the Rakshasas army. And no one is standing there without shivering. Everyone in both the parties, they're shivering, including the demigods and sages who are on the above. Pin drop silence. And Ramachandra is talking to his wife like that in such an open place. There is a reason why it is also an open place. Okay. Later on, a lot of things have happened. I'll tell. Okay. Now, Sita Mai says, see, you were supposed to protect me. Okay. Ravana captured me. But physically, he outwardly, he took me away. It was not of my fault, but my mind held on to you. So what is the mistake? You're talking like this in front of so many people. Am I alive or dead? You are sending Hanuman to find me. At that time itself, when we're talking in Sundara Kanda, that time itself, you would have told me that you are doubtful. Then why send Hanuman and get my safety? So Sita Mai is also proving that what you outwardly you are saying, that is not true. And she there are so many verses she says, she spoke about to Ramachandra. How can you doubt about my chastity? So here itself she says that if Rama had any sign of that she doesn't know of Sita Mai doesn't want to be with him, then he wouldn't have come here and sacrificed so many monkeys. Right? So many monkeys, millions and billions of monkeys have died already. Why sacrifice so many monkeys? Not only monkeys, Rakshasas, so many animals. Animals have been killed. The blood was flowing like rivers. Why burn the entire Lanka? Kill the sons of Ravana. Ravana himself is killed. As Mandodari was saying, nobody is there to do my funeral rites. You have not left. She was talking to Ravana. Ravana, because of you, I don't have anyone in my heir in my lineage to do the funeral rites. No one is left. So many widows in the Lanka. Why that much Rama has to do? So she's telling that what Rama has done, or is saying in front, is not the same what he thinks, because his actions speak. They say, right? Actions speak. So she understood. So that's what they don't have much communication. They just understand by their looks. So Sita, she looked at Lakshmana and she said, you set up pyre of the logs of wood. you set a fire here, and Lakshmana was shivering. He looked at Rama, and Rama said, you do whatever she asks. Then she prayed to Agni that if I am very chaste to my husband, let me be safe after entering this fire. So she understood why Rama said like that. And the main thing is her chastity, Sheela, we say Sheelam, has to be proved. So after praying, she entered into the fire. Now at that time, the denizens of the entire worlds, the demigods, Gandharvas, Yakshas, Kinnaras, the demons, everyone then appeared there, including Brahma. And Brahma glorifying Rama. So then, everyone, imagine the whole creation is in the sky, on the upper planetary systems. Everyone are in the sky, and the monkey armies and the demon army, they stand still. They're looking at what is happening. Then Sita Devi, she entered into the fire. Immediately, Agni Dev came out of the fire. She held Sita Devi as a baby in his hands. And Agni said that she is the most chaste woman. Please accept her. That time Brahma also appeared. He also said, Ramachandra, you may not know, but you are Vishnu himself. He's declaring that you are Vishnu himself. I was born out of your navel. As from Garbhodakashaya Vishnu, Brahma is born. But Ramachandra said, no, I'm just a human and all that. So then Rama said, looked at Sita, and now the tears were flowing out of his eyes. He said, I'll definitely accept her. I know she's the most chaste woman. I know very well that she's very pure. And he's telling the reason why it has to be done. The world would chat about me, saying that Rama, the son of Dasharatha, was really foolish, that his mind was dominated by lust. So she had, exempted the test of chastity of Sita Devi. People will say, I know Sita, the daughter of Janaka, is completely pure in her character, in all the three worlds. Then all the demigods, they came closer and they started congratulating Rama. So this is from the Valmiki Ramayana. Now, you see, this comes in Chaitanya Charitamrita also, that there was, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he traveled to South India, he went to Madurai. In the city of Madurai, there was a Brahmana who was fasting daily. That how Sita Mai was being abducted by Ravana, and she had to go through so much of torments every day under his care. Under his maybe not care, in Lanka. And out of sadness, he used to fast every day. He couldn't eat. So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, don't worry, I'm going to Rameshwaram. Let me go there and I'll come back and I'll give you the news. So he goes, he knows everything, but he goes to Rameshwaram. He finds out the evidences from Rameshwaram. It seems it's mentioned that it is sometimes described on the walls of the temple. The scriptures, you see, many of the scriptures, they were sculpted onto the walls. They've written onto the walls of the temples. Many South Indian temples you will see, including the Tirupati, Tirumala temple, Sri Rangam. In ancient Lipi, the ancient, what do you call? Lipi is in the language or the written language. So in such ancient language, it is still written. You can find them. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes and he comes back and he said, don't worry, it was not the original Sita. The original Sita was kept safely with Agni. So what happened is, when Ravana was abducting Sita Mai, Agni Dev was standing in the sky and he was laughing. Oh, Ravana, like that, something was laughing. So Ravana immediately came to him and said, why are you laughing? Oh, no, nothing. I just, I thought of something and I laughed. No, tell me what happened. Said, no, actually, Rama, he's such a great personality. He already knew that you're going to come. So what he did, he kept his original Sita in my care, and he kept a Maya Sita in your, in the ashrama. So that Maya Sita only you captured and you came, you're going. And if you know that all the demigods were controlled by Ravana. Agnidev was like a chef in his kitchen. Then he ought to know, you give me the original one. So he had to show his power a little bit. Then Agnidev being showing as if he's been afraid and being subjugated, he brought the Maya Sita, the illusory Sita, and she presented it to Ravana. So Ravana took that Sita and kept her in the Ashokavana. So Ramachandra, he knew that this is not the Sita whom I have married. This is a illusory Sita. That illusory Sita, again, the Kanda Purana and there are other Puranas, as when we were discussing about the Venkatachala Mahatya, comes that she is none other than Vedavati. So she is another devotee of Lord Ram. So Rama did not accept her. He knew it pretty well. It is not my wife. So he, even before accepting, he had, you see that now you have to go back and then let the original Sita come. So then the Sita Maya, the original Sita and the Maya Sita, both of them, they stand in front of Ramachandra. Then Sita Devi begs Rama, all this 10 months, this lady, the illusory energy of myself, or which is embodied as in the form of Vedavati, she has gone through all the difficulties. And we also discussed that how Vedavati, when she had appeared to one of the Muni in the Himalayas while he was performing a yajna. So that's why her name itself is Vedavati. So and such girls, right? Such women who are ayonija, that means not born out of the womb of a mother, are basically either demigods or it could be expansions of Lakshmi, different expansions of Radharani also. Lakshmis are expansions of Radharani. So as Brahma Samhita says, Sahasra Lakshmi Sevyamanam. So Krishna or Narayana is being served by millions and millions of Lakshmis. All are devotees. So Sita Mai said that she had gone through all the difficulties, so please accept her. And Rama said, No, not in this life. Definitely, I'll take a separate incarnation for her, only to marry her. And that is what we as discussed in the prior sessions about Lord Venkateshwara. The entire pastime or the Leela is marriage only. Marriage between Lord Venkateshwara and Padmavati. So Venkateshwara was none other than Rama and Krishna, and Padmavati was none other than the Vedavati, who lived in the who lived as the illusory form of Sita in the Ashoka Vatika. Okay, that is one. Now, the second approach is, why do we say that Agni Pariksha is so difficult, or it is terrible? Can anyone answer? Why do we all say like that? Agni Pariksha, oh, it is very condemnable. Why? Anyone? Why do you think Agni Pariksha is bad? Can you hear me? Am I speaker?
Yes, Prabhu, we can hear you. I mean, it is bad, it's dangerous, you could die.
Okay, exactly. So that means what? Yeah, you could die, or it'll burn you.
Burn you.
Right, exactly. It'll burn you, right? But you see, Sita is so pure. They are pativritas. They cannot be even touched by fire. Agni cannot be touched. Just her words, when Hanuman came and Hanuman's tail was lit with fire. See, when Hanuman was in Sundarakanda, we discussed that when Hanuman was caught and was brought, then Ravana said, "Let's kill Hanuman." Then Vibhishana stopped. No, you cannot do that. You should not do. Then Hanuman said, "Okay, Ravana said that, okay, for monkeys, the tail is very dear. Let's, burn his tail." So they dipped the tail in the oil and then they put some camphor and they lit it. And what did Sita say? That let this fire on the tail of Hanuman be as cool as an ice. So if we say that Sita Mai has entered into an abode of a demigod, do we say it is bad? See, like you see Indra, Chandra, Varuna, they all have abodes, like Chandra Loka, Chandra, the kingdom of moon god. The moon god is the present moon, which we see is much, much farther than the sun. That's what the Puranas say. So the Chandra Lok is very, very cold, extremely cold, colder than the Antarctica or something. And it is mentioned that it is very, the Chandralok, you get somaras, kind of a liquid. So some of the kings have gone there, but we don't say it is a punishment. It is very cold because, right, like extreme cold also will freeze you. There is, I think, a year ago or something, there was a couple from India, Gujarat, who were trying to cross the northern borders from Canada into America, and the family got frozen at the border. So you can either die out of because of the heat or because of the cold. But when they enter into such planets, or when they enter into the abodes of such demigods, they're generally not tortured by these material pangs. So it happens with Varuna, where like Bhima had entered into the Nagalok. He was inside the water. There was a lok, or the, what do you call, the Loka means a place, you can say a place of Nagas below the water. There's Patal Lok, there are other loks. Like that Agni Dev, he has an abode. So all the Pativratas, the great sages, when normally when they enter into the fire, normally they go to the abodes of Agnidev when they are very pure. It cannot touch you. The fire cannot burn you. So Sita Devi, just by her words, the flame which was switched on to the tail of the Hanuman became very cool. So that fire cannot burn Sita. They are. It is, in Puranas it is mentioned that such the Lakshmi expansions, Lakshmi, Parvati, and you see the Saraswati, they're such great demigods that they can devour fire. They can fire the fire. That means they can engulf the fire. That much heat they have. That means that much pure, that much energy they have. So how come they, whatever dress nicely she entered, she also came out in the same dress beautifully. So in our material senses, this is what is Shastra Praman or Shabda Praman. So it is beyond our senses to even to understand, oh, you're entering into the fire, how it will not burn you. But the Praman from the Shastras is that it did not burn. Okay, off the topic, just as an example, I know this is totally material. I know in some of the movies, I think when I was a little kid, maybe I think it was Harry Potter or something. It was very, very famous when I was growing up. So maybe in one of the part, they show that to go to some place, they enter into one fire, into the pit of in the fire pit, and then they go to that place. So all that is again in our Shastras, it is there. That Matanga Maharshi and other Maharshis, they ignite the fire right in front of, in Kanda. We had gone through those past times. They were waiting for Lord Ramachandra's visit. And once they had the darshan of Rama, Sita, Rama, Lakshman, they ignited the fire in front of them. They entered into the fire, and then they went into the abode of Agnidev. They used to enter into, when they had to travel to different planets, they ignite the fire and they enter into the fire, and then that fire or Agni as a vehicle takes it to some other place. So this kind of a fire, for them, the fire is actually like an airport or a train station or a bus station. That means they are the sages, great sages with with so much of power. Similarly, Sita Mai is a Pativrata, and not only that, she is the abode of she is Lakshmi Devi herself. Agni Dev cannot touch her at all. Okay, so this is just for material eyes, that it is such a great it might, Sita Mai already, she has gone through the so much of torture. Now she has going through again. For when you look at the transcendental position of who the Sita Mai is, who is Lord Ramachandra is, these, none of the material things can touch them. Okay, then another acharyas give another one, and that's what even Ramachandra also gives it here. So who is Sita Devi or Vedavati or all the Lakshmis? They are all great devotees. of Supreme Lord. We see there are Navavidha Bhaktis, right? There are 9 types of devotional service. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnoho, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Bandhanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atmanivedanam. In that, one of them is Padasevanam, serving the lotus feet of the Lord. An epitome of that is shown by Lakshmi Devi herself. So she is a great, great devotee. And you know what is the greatest offense? Greatest offense in this entire creation is Vaishnava Aparadha. Vaishnava offense. For the Supreme Lord or for the devotees, it is not required for them to prove it, to prove their chastity or their purity at all, because such devotees can never be touched by material impurities. They are transcendental. So there are Nitya Siddhas and Nitya Baddhas, Prabhupada explains. And this explanation comes multiple times in Chaitanya Charitamrita and Srimad Bhagavatam, that these pure devotees, although when they descend, they cannot be made impure by the association of the 3 gunas, the 3 modes of nature. So then there are Nitya Siddhas and there are Nitya Baddhas. Okay, Nitya Siddhas are eternally liberated people. Nitya Baddhas are eternally bounded, conditioned people. So we are all come under eternally conditioned. All the acharyas, great pure devotees, Narada Muni, incarnations, Lakshmi Devi, they're all Nitya Siddhas. They cannot be touched by any material gunas. They cannot be touched in the sense they cannot be impacted or affected by the 3 modes. There are Sattva-guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. We are impacted by that, but they are not. So the greatest offense one can do is, see, you may talk about bad about the God. Oh, God doesn't exist. They are all atheists. There are Mayavadis also. Okay, they're also offending the Lord in as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, that they are also offending the Lord. How? That they are denying the existence, the personality of the Lord himself. That is there. And like, Hiranyakashipu, Ravana, Kamsa, Kumbhakarna, all the demons are, various demons are there. They are abusing, they're abusing the other people and they are talking bad about the God. Okay, Supreme Lord, Vishnu, Narayana, Krishna. So that is one offense. But the supreme offense that anyone can do is offense to Vaishnavas. Vaishnava offense is the greatest. Bhaktivinoda Thakur and other acharyas, they say this is like a mad elephant disease. Now, when an elephant is mad, okay, when it's once in a year or something, when the season, when the right season comes, it gets hit by lusty feelings, and it chases to get a she elephant. And in that hormonal rush, what it does is it becomes mad unless it enjoys with another she elephant that it cannot come down. Mada Gajaha, they say Mada Gajaha. Mada is a lusty elephant. So when such mad elephants enter into a village or a town or a city, it will be very beautiful. Various parks will be there and all that. What does this elephant do? It will destroy anything that comes. It will destroy the homes. You can see the videos of how an elephant destroys in Kerala. This is very common because the elephant population is very high in that region. Earlier, it used to be very high in India and all the parts, but slowly it decreased. Now it's only there in the population is very high in the Kerala region. So they come and they destroy the homes which are made of rocks and the bricks. It destroys the walls, collapses everything that comes on the way. So offending a Vaishnava, a pure devotee, is what? It's a mad elephant's disease. That means that person might have done great deeds, great pious activities. He might have been doing sadhana very nicely. But when he offends a Vaishnava, what happens? Everything is destroyed. All the pious deeds is destroyed. Whatever his bhakti has done is destroyed. Everything is zero. Is very offensive. So to prove that, if Rama does not do this Agni Pariksha, this is only in terms of material people. They know that. Okay, it is there in Vedas also, that if someone has to prove his truthfulness, he or she, doesn't matter, they enter into the fire. Okay, so there are many examples also. For example, who is that? Who is the Sati, Brahma Sati Anasuya, Atri Anasuya, Arundhati. What the name of that Pativrata? When her husband has died, forgot the name. Just give me a minute. Shakuntala is one. Okay, not able to remember. So that Sati, that means a great chaste woman. When her husband died, the husband was put on fire.
Savitri Prabhu.
Savitri, exactly, Sati Savitri. Yes, yeah. So when her husband died, she also entered into the fire, but the fire did not burn her. Then when the soul had left the body and Yamaraj was taking, she followed with her body to wherever Yamaraj is taking that soul. So it cannot touch, the fire cannot touch. Only by her will. If she wills that, no, let me let me die, then the fire will burn. As an example is Sati. Sati is the first, the wife of Shiva, or the previous incarnation of Parvati. At that time it had happened. Otherwise, there are so many examples where the fire cannot touch such chaste women. But for the materialized, that is the rule. No, oh, Agni Pariksha had happened. So that means she must be very, very pure. So if this does not happen, what will happen? All the people will badmouth, or without even testing anything. Rama had just taken. He doesn't mind, but he cannot tolerate when any other person talks bad about his devotees. He does not tolerate. He tolerates all the bad things to him. He can forgive. But if his devotee is insulted or bad mouth, he does not tolerate. So it's called Vaishnava, mad elephant offense, Vaishnava offense. So because of that, so many material people say we are listening to Ramayana now. We still are trying to be devotees of the Lord. Okay, we have not yet come to that position. So a lot of people will talk bad if this did not happen. See, despite this Agni Pariksha also, the common man in Ayodhya were still talking. So when I talk about Uttarakhand, I will tell you. Despite all this, despite Sita Devi's Agni Pariksha, there was a Dobhi who still spoke ill of Sita Mai. So this is the nature of this material world. And that's why when I talk about Uttarakanda also, the final portions of Uttarakanda, I will explain, like there also when Sita Mai was disappearing from this world, she again had to come there. And she, like from Valmiki's ashram, she came there and she said that again, the same promise, whatever I told just now, right? Before entering into the fire, whatever the promise she made, the same thing she said. That if I had my mind fixed only to Ramachandra and nobody else through entire my life, if my chastity is pure, she gives a lot of those things, all the rules. If all this is true, all of these are true, then let Bhuma Devi, the Mother Earth personified, let her come and take me in. Immediately, the earth split into two. The demigod of earth, Bhuma Devi, personified, she came. She asked Sita Mai, please come. She came and Sita Mai sat next to her in the throne. And then she again went inside, and the earth, wherever it was split, again it closed. Because it is understood how many times you prove also. Despite, see, she had to prove twice, thrice. Not only she, Rama is proving. Demigods are talking now. All the demigods, the highest demigod is Brahma. He is speaking. And sages, the saints are talking. Still people, they badmouth. That is this is one of the imperfections in their material nature. You can't expect this is to be fair in this material world. The laws of nature are fair. Okay. But it is the nature of this material world that always anything which is very negative, it spreads. Gossip, it spreads. That's why the first and foremost duty of any devotee is to be away from a Vaishnava offense. In this regard, I'll take some more time and I'll explain in more clarity that there was once what happened. Garuda Dev. All the Garuda they feed on snakes. Okay, so Garuda Dev was hunting a snake, and a very poisonous snake, and it caught that snake, and it was flying in the air. So meanwhile, in one of the kingdom, what was happening is one big yajna was about to happen. So when such great things are done, then the king normally he makes prasadam for everybody. Prasadam is being served in bulk, because the people from entire kingdom will come there. From even the smallest villages, they will come and see what the king is doing. Everybody is invited. All the varnas, everyone is invited. Not only his kingdom, the nearby kingdoms, everyone will come. So they make prasadam in huge quantities. It's such a huge quantities that you can think maybe it is as big as at least in that big pot, there'll be 20-30 people who can 30 or 100 people can accommodate. That much big pots will be there, or kadhais will be there. See, even today, I think you can see this in Gurudwaras. You can see them, or you can see them in some of the when Muslims do iftar. That time also they have huge kadhais. They make bulbs in bulk quantities. They put a ladder to enter into such kadhais to wash. Okay, so they're cooking like this in an open area. They were all cooking. Above that, what happened? Garuda was taking the snake, and he was going, and the snake was vomiting blood and poison. It was basically vomiting poison, and it was very poisonous, multi-headed snake. So some of the poison, these drops, they fell in that kadhai where the bhoga was being prepared, the rice and the sweet and all that. So after that, what happened when all the prasadam was served, and so many people died. They died. So now the question came to Yamaraj. Chitragupta and Yamaraj asked, Chitragupta asked, in whose account should we put all the sins of killing these many people? Can anyone answer? In whose account should we put the sins?
Garuda.
Garuda, he's doing his duty. That means he's feeding on snakes. Garudadev is the personal vehicle of Lord Narayana. He's again transcendental. He cannot be touched by any modes of nature.
Yeah.
So the king, because he could be more cautious when the food was being cooked.
He could be more cautious, but how? If he knew that this is a poison, he wouldn't have even served.
No, I mean, why the food was being cooked in open?
They used to cook like that only in earlier. It is, see, as per Ayurveda, right? It is mentioned that Ayurveda says, I'm not saying this, Ayurveda says that all the food, the sunlight must touch the food. Only then it is considered to be pure. The cooker which we say is really impure. Like that is, it has to be touched. So they cook in open only. It is a culture from very beginning.
Then it's nobody's fault actually.
But everybody died, no? So okay, I'll tell you. So they Yamaraj said, okay, you keep it aside. Let's observe for some days. We will find out. Then what happened? One family from a different kingdom, they just came on a pilgrimage. They were passing by this, and then they want to say that, where is it that I want to meet this king, or that something. He wanted to meet a king. So he came searching for that place, and he asked one of the flower vendor. She was stitching, she was making garlands. He asked him, where is this king? How can I meet him and all that? Then she gave, you can go and meet the king. There will be one assembly, the sabha will be there. So on such and such time, such and such place, you can meet him. No problem. She spoke all the good words about the king. Finally, the flower vendor said, but don't take the food which he offers. Immediately, Yamaraj said, yes. He called Chitragupta. You put all this load of sins under her account. This is why because this is the bad mouthing. The king tries to, he also tried to find out. Everyone knows he's very pious. The king is very pious. He cannot do such acts. When a person does gossip, or when the rumors, when he tries to spread the rumors, or which are not true, I'm talking about things which are not true, what happens is that person who is spreading, he's basically cleaning or washing the sins of others with their tongue. See, when you lick a plate, what happens? If some food is there, you're licking the plate becomes clean. Okay. Similarly, a person who is talking bad about someone else is basically licking their sins. He's cleaning his account by licking their sins. So it is, this Vaishnava offense will destroy all the pies. It is like a wildfire. Whatever comes into it, it will destroy.
But is it about saying something bad for Vaishnavas, or
See,
for anybody, like any common person who actually indeed is wrong, who actually did mistake? And if you're talking about that, why would
no,
it be
that is
wrong?
not wrong. That's not blasphemy.
Okay.
Telling a thief as a thief is not a blasphemy.
Okay.
That is a duty of everyone to say, if there's a murderer or there's a terrorist and people know, oh, he's a terrorist, then it is a duty of that person to let everyone know, oh, this terrorist is there in this Frisco. All of us be careful. That is a duty. It's not like one should do it. So like that, only when the person is very pure and you don't know whether it is right or wrong. You heard something had happened, and everybody, the cook, is it the cook's fault? The cook also did not know that few drops of poison fell in that. The king did not know. None of the people knew it. So when the king is pious, when they know that this is not done, not leave about the piousness also. When the person you don't know in surety that he's done or not, then unnecessarily one should not comment. Rumors or spreading this, it will destroy one's pious deeds. So in this case, in Rama's case, Sita Rama's case, Ramachandra wanted to do that so that at least those who are, those whose tongues are very loose, at least their mouths can be zipped. And this has to happen in front of everyone. Why? If it happens between something, they would say, oh, who had seen it? The same thing happened with the same Dhobiwala. There was a witness of millions and billions of monkeys, witness of all the Rakshasas. You see, this is the only time maybe in the entire creation when Rakshasas and the Vanaras, devotees and the Rakshasas, everyone are together and they're serving the Lord. And they're watching all this together. So that, see, more than the Vanaras, Vanaras also have very loose tongue. You might have seen, very fickle-minded and all that. When Vali had passed away, how the rumors went to Vali's wife Tara, that Rama, he fought with Vali and he killed Vali. And Rama is killing everybody else. Very loose tongue. Rumors. But Tara did not believe. No, that cannot happen. And demons are there. Demons are also, for the first lakshana of demons is to lie. And you know how Shurpanakha has done it? Shurpanakha and who else? Khara Dushanas, all the Ravana's ministers. So Shurpanakha, she was so unchaste. She went and approached Rama to enjoy. Both brother disagreed. Then he went to younger brother. But what did she say to Ravana and Karadushna? That I was just passing by and they chastised me. They punished me unnecessarily. Entire lie. So when such a thing has happened, that when a woman who is living. See, this is not a Kali Yuga. No, that time was not Kali Yuga. It's Treta Yuga. Someone is living, staying outside like for so long alone with nobody else of her relatives. It is it's very doubtful character. Imagine now itself if our kin or kith, my brothers, sisters, or daughters, or someone who has been abducted by someone, I know a lot of families in North and even in South, it had happened. They've been abducted by they go on some work visas to the Gulf, and there they get abducted, and then they're put into the brothel industry. Or sometimes they are put into some what are those such sheikhs' houses where they can't even exit. Their passport will be snatched and will be kept with the owner, and he will not relieve it for 5 years, 10 years. So that woman will be stuck in their house. Sometimes they get abused, physically abused, mentally abused. So this is Treta Yuga, and Ramachandra cannot allow anyone to speak against Sita. And Sita also knew it, why she has to go. And she told, I understood why you're doing. She clearly said, if you had a doubt in me, you wouldn't have sent Hanuman to search for me. Okay. So finally, what happens? So Agnidev brings her, and she says to accept. Even Brahma says, see, she's like a fire. She cannot be made impure. And Rama also agreed that I know in all the 3 worlds, no one can pollute her. So after that, the original Sita came to Rama, and both of them were together. Now each demigod, they came closer. They started congratulating Rama. Then Shiva said, now, my dear Rama, you have to go back to Ayodhya. Your mother and your brother, they're all waiting for you. And then you rule this planet for 11,000 years. And then you will return to your abode, which is Vaikuntha. Shiva is declaring your Vishnu. You will go back to your abode, Vaikuntha. And then he said, you see Indra has brought your father Dasharatha in his Ratha. In his chariot, he has brought Dasharatha Maharaj. So Indra comes. Dasharatha Maharaj also comes. And Dasharatha Maharaj, he hugs Ramachandra and says, Rama, although I have left my body, I have gone to the heavens, but I was not peaceful. I've been my heart was paining, even if I have gone to the heavens. I've been only thinking of you. Now your 14 years are over. From now on, I think I will be I'll be very peaceful. And Dasharatha Maharaj mentioned that after the Rama, after I've returned, after I've gone to this heavens, the demigods told me that they have employed mantra to interrupt the coronation. So then I became a little pacified. But then I was always thinking about you. Then Ramachandra said, my dear father, if at all anything is there, please forgive our mother, Kaikeyi, and Bharata. They don't have any mistake on their side. Dasharatha Maharaj said, of course. This is the Leela this is the Leela how it has to happen. And I had my karma also. I have killed Shravan Kumar, and all this had to happen. So don't worry. I have already forgiven. There's nothing to forgive there. Then the Sharad Maharaj also left from that place. Then all the demigods, they all came and congratulated, and they asked, Rama, please tell us what you want us to do. You want to gift you, because you have done a great sacrifice, a great help even to us. So this Ravana was not an ordinary person. He was torturing us. Then Ramachandra said, all the monkeys who were killed, okay, they should come back alive. Their wounds have to be healed. And he said, like for some monkeys, when they fell under, under Kumbhakarna or someone's spear, or under mountains or something, when they were fighting in the war, they were completely smashed. There were only lump of meat there. There are no angas. There were no limbs. If there is a whole body, then they can revive. They can ask that Atma, okay, you Atma, you go back. When sometimes Yamaraja also, he commits mistakes. I told you, right? There are 4 imperfections. Everybody in this material world has 4 imperfections, starting from Brahma to the smallest ant. So sometimes Yamaraja also commits mistakes unknowingly. So what happens is he sends his assistants to go and bring back some souls, and they bring back the wrong soul. Then the Yamraj says, no, this is not the person. Chitragupta says, no, he's not the person. Then they return that person. So there are, there are so many in YouTube also. There are some videos beyond experience beyond death experience. I think BDE, something like that. You surf, you will get such videos. So people who are in Christian or Muslims, they have mentioned about our Yamadutas and all that. So such people, where they have some thing, when their bodies are not yet burnt or something, then they can revive their life back into the same body. But here, in this case, all the bodies are, like, many of the bodies are gone. They're not even there. So Rama said, but everyone should be alive. Then the demigods, they said, yes, even those monkeys who have left their bodies and their bodies are no more there, they will come back with their bodies. We'll give their life back. And Rama said, wherever these monkeys live, it should be filled. That area should be filled with fruits and honey. There should not be any scarcity of food for monkeys. From then on, the demigods, it's a boon of demigods that wherever monkeys live, there will be no scarcity of food. Abundant amount of fruits and this honey or whatever they eat, it will be available. So sometimes, when you go in trains, normally in India, if you have traveled in a non-AC trains, and in stations, sometimes the monkeys come and they snatch away your fruits and whatever your food it is. All of you be very happy, because their generations have helped in Rama's Ramakarya, and Rama had given them the word that they will be given the food. So by giving them the food, you are actually helping Lord Ramachandra by making his words true. So then all the monkeys who have died in the entire war, they all came back. And who are the dead people? All the Rakshasa, the demons. Okay, I'll stop here.